I love the Solis 59PX, but one thing I couldn't quite understand is why the city water connection is located on the inside of the vehicle as opposed to outside like other RVs and trailers. Now, maybe I'm missing something about the engineering and the placement of the water valve, but for me, having the back door cracked and a hose hanging out of it, that just wasn't working. So I decided to move it to the outside where I think it belongs in the first place. Now, I chose the passenger side because the plumbing is already located on that side, so it's a lot easier than having to reroute pipe all the way across to the driver's side. To get started, I purchased a PEX clamp tool kit on Amazon that came with a pair of pipe cutters, cinch tool, and even some clamp. I also purchased some additional 1/2-inch PEX piping. Next, I removed the access panel to see where exactly I would reroute the pipe and to get an idea of where I would be drilling the hole to the outside. I measured 25 inches from the back door across the fender cover and then made a mark, and then 29.5 inches from the ground up to the mark to get the exact drill location. I then used a 1/4-inch drill bit to make a pilot hole first. And then I used a 3/8 12-inch drill bit that would go all the way through to the interior wall. The wall insulation is made of thick rubber and the drill bit kept getting stuck, so I had to drill in and out a few times, and then I used a screwdriver to break up the rubber until the bit could rotate smoothly in the hole. Once I finally broke through to the other side, I used a step bit to drill a wider opening on the interior and exterior wall so that the connection attachment would be able to fit into the hole. I decided to spray paint over the body exterior just in case to prevent any rust on the metal. Next, I detached the water connection and the pipe. Then I removed the existing clamp by twisting the clip with some pliers and then pulling the elbow fitting out. I believe there's a clamp removal tool that would make it a little bit easier to remove the clamp, but this worked for me. I measured an 18-inch piece of PEX pipe and then made my cut. Next, I placed a new clamp over the pipe and attached the fitting to the pipe and clamped it down using the cinch tool. I placed some clear sealant around the fitting perimeter and then inserted it into the hole and tightened it down with 3 screws. On the interior, I placed the elbow fitting into the pipe that would connect to the control panel and clamped it down. Then I reconnected it to the water take valve and tightened it all down. Finally, I tested everything by hooking up to city water and then checked for any leaks on the interior of the wall and also on the pipe fittings to the panel, water panel. Everything was watertight except I noticed water slightly dripping from the neck of the inlet valve. So I ended up replacing the polyalloy inlet valve with a brass inlet valve and adapter, and then I wrapped it with thread seal tape, and that solved the problem. So far it's worked well. It's been a great modification, and it's a lot easier to, for example, fill the freshwater tank with an external water container. And best of all, I don't have to have the back door cracked with a hose hanging out of it in order to get continuous city water connection. But what do you think? Should Winnebago do this right out of the factory? Let me know in the comments section. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Anyway, thanks for watching and take care. We'll see you on the next video.